Okay, so I created another copy of the video clip here. Here on the timeline, I put a marker. So this is the spot where the text would start to touch the guardrail here. Let me turn that layer on. So now what we have to do is we have to draw a mask on this new layer here so that it covers the text when it gets here. So make sure you have the layer or track selected. Now we'll get our pen tool and we'll make a mask. So tracing skill is very important. So try to master the pen tool. Of course, you usually use this in Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop, but you see in these video programs, they're also very important to do stuff like this. Let's zoom out a little bit. Now we can make this mask bigger than we need it. So let's bring it out all the way over here and even up here, close it off. So now we see the text. So now what we have to do is we have to track the mask. So if we select the mask, right-click, click Track Mask, this should track these points as we go. Now, usually you can do it automatically by clicking Track Forward here, but I think in this case we have to do it one frame at a time. So let me get it going. Then we're going to have to adjust this, switch to the Selection tool. So as you go, probably have to make some adjustments at each frame here. So I'm gonna pause the video and finish this. So what I'm doing is moving it over, and if I have to, I'll click on the anchor points and reposition them. All right, so let me pause. Okay, so I did my mask tracking. Now let's see what happens if I move the playhead here. So as it goes this way, the text starts to disappear. So I probably could have done a better job, but I think you get the idea. Now the other problem we have is we don't want this mask to appear until it gets to this point. So back here, we don't want that on. So we're going to have to keyframe the mask, the opacity of the mask. So here's where we want it to start. So let's come over here, flip this open. Mask opacity. So at this point, we want it to be 100%. So let's click the mask opacity stopwatch here. And then we'll back up a little bit. So now at this point, well, actually from the beginning, we want this to be 0. So we can bring this all the way back to the beginning. If we have to, that'll be okay. The mask opacity will make it 0. Now let's see what happens. So now over here, now the way we did it, it sort of starts, the mask starts to fade in. So we don't want that. So we have to change the keyframe over here. We'll click on the keyframe, right click, and we'll say we want this to be like a hold frame. Hold keyframe. There we go. So now this should be off here, but it's not. So I don't know why. So let's fix that. Let's pause. So actually, I think I did that backwards. We want this keyframe to be the hold frame. Hold keyframe. There we go. So then when it comes here, it turns on. Did that work out? Yeah, that worked out. So I did it backwards. And actually, we could fix this mask a little bit over here, but let's leave that alone for now. I think you know what to do. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's hit the space bar to play. So there's a mesh. Now, if you don't want to see that mesh, just click anywhere. anywhere else. Oh, different layer. There we go, and it disappears. So let's see how it goes. Let's just hit the space bar and play it. Okay, he drives over that text. Going down the road. It's a little choppy right now until it renders. He drives through that text, and then the text disappears. And that's it.